I've spent years disagreeing with Skip Bayless. I disagree with him now, and I'm going to disagree with him into the future. But he's still my brother. He's still a guy that brought me here on First Take. And I know who he is. I know what he's about. Do I agree with everything he says or how he says it or the timing with which he uses to say things? No. But the flip side to it is that I know that by and large his heart is in the right.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up
No,
this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where DeMar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanations, so clearly somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
And I've been seeing a lot of athletes come out and say that Skip Bayless needs to be fired. He needs to be canceled because of what he tweeted during the game or while everything was going on. So I wanted to make sure I had the tweet written down so I could read it off, and then give you my opinion, give you my thoughts on the situation. All right. So here it is. This is Skip Bayless's tweet during the Monday Night Football game, during the Monday Night Football game against the Bills, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Skip Bayless says, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? Question mark. This late in the season, comma, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, ... which suddenly seems so irrelevant." All right, here is, and again, as a former player, as someone that I just told you, I still am a little raw when it comes to what happened to DeMar Hamlin. I totally understand the knee-jerk reaction towards wanting to cancel Skip Bayless. I totally understand. I'm with you when it comes to wanting to see Skip Bayless get fired. And particularly the reason I'm with that is because the way it is written, the way that tweet reads, as soon as he says the regular season outcome, all of a sudden, which suddenly seems so irrelevant, the way that reads is as if he's saying that we should be caring more about the regular season outcome versus what's going on with DeMar Hamlin. That's just the way it reads. That we don't know. I mean, we know. I know personally that wasn't his intent. I know personally that he is probably one of the white guys, that one of the main white guys on TV that really does care about black folks. I know for a fact that had it not been for him, we wouldn't know about Stephen A. Smith. Had it not been for him, I've personally heard him speak he's been very fair and been the kind of guy that has tried his best to be uplifting to a lot of black athletes. We got to give him that. We got to give him that 100,000%. And the way this reads, the reason that his head, he's getting absolutely bitch smacked by a lot of former athletes right now is because that line right there, which suddenly seems so irrelevant, reads as if we should be caring more about the game than what's going on with DeMar Hamlin. That is the issue, folks. That is the issue. All right. So here is why, again, I agree with the folks that want to get him canceled, but here's why I don't agree with the people that say he needs to either delete the tweet, which is what Shannon Sharp said yesterday, which is this is where it got kind of testy between he and Skip Bayless. I don't believe that it's necessary for him to either delete the tweet or him to get fired. Okay, because the reason I don't believe that is because the problem doesn't get solved. The problem does not get solved. The problem is what I just expressed to you. The problem is this last line in the tweet in which he says, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. The problem is he needs to be more sensitive to the fact that right now we're not even thinking about the outcome of a motherfucking game. We're thinking about, is this kid going to live or not? That should be what he has to explain himself on. That should be what he needs to be checked on. And if we cancel him or if we delete the tweet, all of a sudden now, what is he going to become more sensitive? Is the problem going to get fixed? The problem is there is a group of people who think like, okay, good, the niggers hurt. Let's move on and play the game. Yes, there is that group of people. And if we don't have him explain himself as to what he meant, then the issue never gets brought up. If we just have him simply cancel or delete the tweet and act like it never happened, then the problem doesn't get solved. How is the problem going to get solved if we cancel him? How is the problem going to get solved if he deletes the tweet? How is the problem going to get solved if he gets fired? I'll tell you what happens. He's not working for a salary. He works under contract. So if he gets fired, we're basically going to have to pay him. They're going to have to pay him a certain buyout fee. So all of a sudden he gets rich. See, this is the problem with cancel culture, folks. This is the problem when it comes to how we or what we ask for. I believe it's the good book that says we have not because we ask not. We're asking the wrong questions. We're asking for the wrong thing to happen. What needs to be asked is for Skip Bayless to get on national TV and explain what exactly he meant by that tweet, where it's coming from, have Shannon Sharpe sit right beside him, and then we grow from that. Because again, had it not been for had it not been for Skip Bayless, we don't get a Stephen A. Smith. Had it not been for Skip Bayless, we don't get a Shannon Sharpe. We don't get a lot of the great things that we have, especially as former players, as former black athletes. The doors were open because of the rawness and the insensitivity that Skip Bayless has. That's what's must see. In fact, I actually remember how much he used to trash LeBron James, and this was back when LeBron played for the Heat, and I was a big Miami Heat fan, and I remember how much he used to trash LeBron James. And then when you know what LeBron James did? LeBron James went and won a championship. He won a Finals MVP, and it shut Skip Bayless the fuck up. That's what needs to happen. That's the mindset that we need to have. We don't need to have the mindset of, okay, let's fire him or let's cancel him or let's ask him to delete a tweet. No, we need to have the mindset of let's make him explain exactly what he meant by that tweet, and then we offer rebuttals. We poke holes, and we show him how insensitive and how wrong that may have come off, and then we grow from that conversation. There's a ton of shit I've said on this very show or on these Move Swiftly Thoughts that a lot of you may not agree with, but again, I'm not taking that shit down. I want to hear you in the comment section, and we can debate it, we can go at it, and then we could figure out exactly where we go from there. And that's how you grow, folks. That's how you grow. Get rid of this mindset of, okay, I'm just going to delete or I'm going to cancel someone. I'm going to act like it never happened, because I'm telling you, people die every single day because of conversations that they did not have. People regret it every single day because of things that they did not say to someone. There's so many people that are living in a very, very lonely place because of this mindset of, okay, this person may have said something insensitive, and instead of checking his or her ass about it, I'm going to go and run and hide and cancel that person, never hear from that person again. And now there's no growth. There's nothing that we can do. That is the problem. That is the problem. So again, to wrap up my rant this morning, I 1000% agree with anybody who is upset or who is angry at what Skip Bayless tweeted, especially during a time like that. But I disagree with anybody that feels like the solution is for him to either get fired or to delete the tweet. I believe your Move Swiftly speaker, your Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, believes and thinks that the only solution should be for Skip Bayless to get on national TV and have to explain the tweet, have an entire segment in which they talk about the tweet where Shannon Sharpe grills him with questions, and then he responds to him, and then you see the growth. You see the growth and what he meant, and then they all come together in some sort of a agreement, or they just, even if it's a matter of where they agree to disagree, whatever it is, the bottom line is he owes every former player an explanation, which in my opinion, watching Skip Bayless for all these years, I don't think he'd have a problem giving an explanation for the tweet. I just don't think he would. So again, just some thoughts on the whole situation. If you want to dive deeper into my world, it's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. Makeyourmove.com, where you can purchase all my books, my Plus LY merch, the fundraising thing, the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, which is going to be coming up next month. There's so many things going on. Just check out the website. It's MakeYamove.com. Aswand Cruickshank, checking out your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.